Royalyfe Productions.
Yeah, let's get it. The Zeek nigga.
No way, Jose.
On the way. I did this all on my own. These haters won't just leave me alone. I'm out here running through riches until I fall back.
Welcome back. We got Zeek was in the building with his manager right beside him. It's day one.
Y'all know what the fuck going on, Royalyfe Productions in this motherfucker.
So we heard you got a new EP coming through. What is that called?
Shit, I'm working on it right now. I don't even have a name for it yet. I got it's gonna have probably 5-6 songs. Just something to start the year off with. That is a hard question. The order gotta be specific. I don't know, it's hard. I guess the best one goes first. I don't know. That's a hard question.
The hypest one go first. We got then we mellow it out.
The moods I get from different songs.
And then we hype it up again.
I know some artists say they put a couple good songs at the end.
Yeah.
For your outro.
Yeah, I'll put an outro snippet at the end. The middle.
So do you put a lot of skits in your EPs? Talking?
That's my first time doing an EP.
Yes?
I do a lot of skits in a lot of my songs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll just be you talking.
My mixtape, I did a skit. That was tight. Well, yeah, it was a skit. That shit was tight.
So we were talking about this little kind of a tour you going on, or are you trying to reach for? What is that called?
Coast to coast.
Coast to coast.
Yeah.
Artist showcase the world.
Yeah.
So how did you link that with that?
They already knew us even before I really started. Okay, I'm gonna take y'all back to the story. Coast to Coast already knew who I was, but before I even started recording songs in the studio and shit, a long time ago. I forgot what year it was. I think it was 2 years ago. But before I started recording, I hit them up one day and I sent them a song. They accepted it. I'm standing oh shit, Coast to Coast just accepted me. At that time, I had no songs that was studio quality. I only had songs that was recorded off a fucking laptop. We could have went. It wasn't the money problem, but it was just I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I guess it just wasn't the right time and then. Cause right now I got songs, mixed in the studio.
So why do you think it's the right time now?
When they heard the song, they accepted it.
I feel I'm prepared now. I got everything prepared.
The first time they accepted it, but this time it's let's go ahead and do it. You know, they was yo, we like the song. Can you perform it? Give us a down payment. And next thing you know, what I'm saying, we was just in there. Cause like you said, when we first got out here one night, we was supposed to go to the Arizona Hip Hop Fest. We didn't do that. The Coast to Coast, we didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't even set up right. You know what I'm saying? So what we did was, we was doing our music. So what we did was, we looked for a nice producer. You know what I'm saying? My man King from IDDC Productions from Jersey. You know what I'm saying? He's yo, you from Jersey? We connected, we clicked. You know what I'm saying? He heard his flow, he liked the way he did his thing. So, you know what I'm saying? When we started going to the studio, you know what I'm saying, doing our songs. And then the next thing you know, here we go, be back again, you know what I'm saying, with the Hip Hop Fest. We didn't do that. But the Coast to Coast, we said, well, let's jump on that and see where
Shout out to RTU though.
Yeah,
see where I really go with that.
So did you go to the Hip Hop Festival?
I didn't even go at all.
You didn't go at all.
I heard a lot of good things and I heard a lot of bad things. That's not why I went though, but I feel if I would've went, I don't know.
So what kind of things did you hear about it? Come on, let us know. Let us know the inside. That's what we want to know.
I've seen a lot of people talk about this subject, so I'll give my opinion on it. I'm gonna keep it clean though. I heard
you can get dirty as possible. That's how we go. We talking
we don't know them, so we can't talk specifically, about RTU. So it's not really towards RTU or the event itself. It's just when there's people who performed it, and you hear they didn't get a decent spot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or they, you know what I'm saying? Just basically just that. It was just they got screwed out of their spots. That's basically it, really.
I said, my man, we knew this cat. He was going. He went. So we was yo, we hit him up how was the show? He was yo, they had me in the back in the room, inside instead of outside. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to my boy Trip, man.
You know what I'm saying? There was nobody there to see him. Well, you know what I'm saying? Like he thought he was going to be out there with a whole bunch of people going to see him. He was in the back somewhere. He was like, he didn't know, you know what I'm saying? He felt bad because he had a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, looking forward to seeing him, and it didn't happen.
And I felt bad because I just didn't go, but that's what I'm saying. Like if I would have went and seen that, and while I like actually witnessed it, I would have been like, wow.
I mean, you got 7, 8 stages, you know what I'm saying? You got cats performing.
But it didn't hold him back. It didn't keep him
my
back.
man
though.
in the back somewhere, nobody
He
can
still
see
did it though.
He still did it.
He probably still did the shit.
He still did
Got
the
a
show,
video
but
shot there and everything.
It was
So,
like,
I would have. I mean, I don't know. I think these are a lot different. So
did he know he was going to be back there? No.
Yeah, that's the part.
You know, he got there. He thought he was going to be out there with everybody else, and
something
that
big
wasn't
like
the
that.
case.
I'm pretty sure they told a lot of artists because not every there's people who actually had good spots that was near futuristic. Not even just to be near futuristic, just had good spots.
But the show, you know, it turned out nice. You know what I'm saying? It was nice.
Yeah.
Just that, you know, we just had a couple of cats that we knew that went there. You know, he had a different opinion about it and whatnot. We wasn't there, but you know, he gave us an opinion about it. But he didn't like it, but he performed anyway. But
Still
you know,
did his thing.
He just still did his thing.
Still killed.
You know what I'm saying? Just to get, you know, like my man Briefcase, Briefcase, they performed. That shit was hot. You know what I'm saying? They had the live stage. You know, big up to, you know what I'm saying, the art show that, you know what I'm saying, that did it and everything. But I know just that one cat, you know what I'm saying, I think he just didn't feel right about it because of where he was at when he performed that. You know, so he figured he was gonna be with everybody else.
So do you think a lot of artists, like you said, feel like they're ungrateful because RTU was giving them some kind of publicity, some kind of spot just to shine?
I don't think he was ungrateful about it, just that he just was disappointed about where he was at performing.
It just wasn't something he expected.
Something he expected.
Because like he got history with them.
Yeah. And that was the
like,
thing, you know what I'm saying? He knew him and everything.
So, you know, coming from them, you know, like every event he's done with them, you know, nothing's ever happened. And they speak of him highly. So for something like big like that to happen, and he's known, you know, affiliated with them, associated with them.
Just that area he was at wasn't.
And it's a hip hop festival.
Too cool, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo.
That's what I'm saying. We would have went and, you know, would have paid or whatever, and we would have had it. I don't know how I would have reacted because, like, my mind probably would have just been blown. Like, what the. Like, I don't know how to really speak with the shit. It's just.
Yeah, I mean, if he said he could tell you more than me, but we just we just telling you how, you know what I'm saying, how it was, how you explained it to us. And the way he explained it to us was like, you know what I'm saying, he was in a bad spot.
So right now we got Zeek was in the building, you know, Royalyfe production. So we know you dropping an EP. So can you name a couple of singles off the EP?
Ooh, damn.
Something you put your heart into it, like something you know you got.
Alright, so it's one. I just performed it at Quali, so Quali probably heard it. Well, I'm pretty sure he heard it. It's called Visions, and like the meaning behind the song, like I don't know. Like when I heard my brother actually found the beat. He got off YouTube. I'm listening to the shit. I'm like, it's okay. But then I'm listening to the piano. I'm like, yo, this shit fire. And I started like coming up with the hook. I'm like, Lord, lay me down when I sleep. It's like a vision. Like, at first it sounded light, but then when I started rapping that shit, I was like, I had to get the fucking. I knew I had to get this hook. And then like, you would always tell me right. I'm sorry, God, I never listen. New York state of mind, I miss home. I still need to visit. I told you to never worry, boy. I know it's been a minute, but like, basically, like the meaning of the song is like, if you break down the meaning of a vision, it's like things that come from a dream. So it's like everything I'm talking about is like, it's different shit, but it's everything that's coming that I see in my visions. So like I'm talking about my son in the song, how he getting bigger. I'm talking about my mom, my girl, you know, coast to coast. So it's like everything that I'm seeing in my visions, I'm talking about in the song. Somebody who listen to it, they be like, well, how does it relate to visions? The hook and the verse, if you listen to it as like the meaning of the song coming off the hook, then you'll see like, think about somebody's vision and then listen to the shit I'm talking about. It's coming from my vision.
It's hopeful.
So, Visions is coming. No Label is coming. I know y'all finally, I gotta talk about that. No Label is coming. If anybody who listens to Lil Durk, y'all know that No Label song? Yeah, I remixed that shit. I just dropped the cover art. That shit is fire.
So what do you think about artists that's doing remixes on other artists' songs and blowing up by it?
What do I think about it? If that's how you blew up,
I mean, they don't get no bread behind it and whatnot. It's okay, but if they blow up,
if you're doing it like the right way,
but
I mean, if you already big and like just and doing it, yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with that. But if you blowing up off of that, you ain't got no rituals. You gotta. Me personally, I couldn't do that. I gotta
Well,
have,
you know,
I gotta have a mix of my own, cause I got remixes. I got more originals than I have remixes. Cause every verse so often I do a remix.
Well, you know, OT did a remix of Keisha Cole.
Oh yeah.
I think it's called like she should have cheated or something like that. Not really for sure the name of the song.
Okay.
But then Keisha Cole had it taken off of YouTube, taken off of Spotify and all that stuff.
Well, if he would have written and said, listen, you know what I'm saying? Do you like it? Is it possible? You know what I'm saying? Can we get permission? And can we do a remix? Then it might have been a different story.
If you're not trying to listen, I keep saying this shit. Maybe it's only rappers like me that understands this shit. If you only doing this shit for non-promotional uses, you ain't making no money behind your music.
It's gravy.
Just don't try to get money off this shit. If you're not trying to like
Get permission.
if you're not really trying to push
get
this shit,
paper off
or trying to get big, trying to get somewhere, that's cool. But don't if you're not trying to do it the right way, just don't even attempt, because that shit not gonna work. Some niggas can get away with it, but
yeah, you putting hot shit up there.
It's the waste of time.
Your shit is hot. You putting it up there, and
I've had people
they
tell me that.
take it down.
Like, I don't have people making my beats, but like I'll be honest, like most of my beats I get from YouTube. But most of them say non-promotional. But, you know, the ones I use, I always make sure if I ever, a lot of my songs, all of my songs, I can't really say I want to redo. As far as getting them like the beats, like, you know,
See, if we had to do them all over again, I said we do them with a different beat.
But
That's
sounding
it.
like
We'll
the
keep
ones I've
lyrics.
used.
Some
Yeah.
of the lyrics, take some of the lyrics out,
I'll do that.
and we'll change the beat. Back in the days when we was spinning and whatnot, man, everybody, you know, people was making money off the DJ spinning records. I mean,
Well, I can't even lie,
you
because
can't get
everybody's
permission for
doing
doing that,
remixes.
but you got paid for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true.
So
Like Grandmaster Flash, he got famous for just cutting the record up. You know what I'm saying? That too, but you know what I'm saying? His skills and his knowledge with the you know the records he was spinning, as he, you know what I'm saying, he put them together and flipped them, or you know how he or he looped them. You know what I'm saying? To get a song out of it. You know what I'm saying? Or he came up with something of his own, but he got famous just for being a DJ. You know what I'm saying? And with being a DJ, you had no choice but to spin those records. So now you ain't spinning no records. You rhyming, you know what I'm saying? There's no DJ spinning them now. You know, you either got a producer that's making the beats for you, or you say, well, I like this beat, let me rhyme on it, let me spit on it. You know what I'm saying? They put my twist on it to see how it sounds, see how I sound on it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason what people do when they say, well, you gotta take it down. Maybe because they spin on it, he wasn't even nice. Maybe a little bit nicer than this, but you know, so they don't like it. But as long as we ain't making no dough off it, I don't see the problem.
See, I was in the studio the other day, and my bro, Naughty Kid, was saying, it was either Naughty Kid or Fanatic, was saying an artist did his beats off of YouTube. He found this fire beat off of YouTube. But what happened was, another artist came in, tried to do a song, and he heard the beat. It was the same beat.
Somebody told me that before. There's a song I did, not different song. You know, I don't know the dude. So he heard. It was when we went to the block. You heard of the block?
Yeah.
I forgot. They in Glendale.
Yeah.
We went to the block studio, and it was a song called "Take My Name" or whatever. I think it was about my girl or whatever. He heard it. He was like, I heard the same exact beat. That's all he was like. He said he liked the song. He was like, you got this beat off YouTube? I was like, yeah. He was like, I did that same beat. I was like, oh shit.
I mean, there's ways to go around it. You know, you can spend money to get the exclusive, or you can lease it. You know what I'm saying? You can do it that way, get a certain amount of cash off it. But if you go get the exclusive and get the rights to it, then it's yours again. It's yours. But then I don't know if they say that's how it works, but you got these producers, you know what I'm saying? If you get any cash off it, be like, yo, that's my shit. I want some dough off that. You know what I'm saying? I heard a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, lost cash, you know, losing money on shit like that. Like, what's that artist's name? Damn, I can't think of his name right about now. But, you know, they sued him for that. You know what I'm saying? He made a song. He's famous. Legend. I mean, what's his name? He did that Christmas show. John Legend.
Somebody sued John Legend.
Yeah. I think something he did. I don't know if, you know, he did a song like Bruno Mars and that Angie B thing. You know what I'm saying? He used a couple of lines off of something that she used back when she was out there rhyming. And she said it wasn't the fact about the money. It's the fact that he didn't ask her. You know what I'm saying? In that situation, I don't know, because asking and, you know what I'm saying, and getting paid for it, you know what I'm saying, it might be two different things, but she didn't like it, and she's suing him for that. And he, you know what I'm saying, it's like a couple of bars he did. You know what I'm saying? So he, you know, I don't know if they kept playing it or not, but she wanted some dough behind that.
Well, you know, a lot of artists in the industry now basically use the same flow as back in the 90s, the early 80s. They use the same flow, the same beat. And what a lot of new artists is doing to get away with it, they put an original artist on the song. Like there's a song going on the radio right now. Somebody remixed "I'm Sprung" by T-Pain.
Right.
There's a lot of
But they
ways
put
I've heard
T-Pain
that.
on
They
it.
put T-Pain on it,
Oh,
so
see,
they got away with it.
No, here it is. The situation is, let me ask him. You know what I'm saying? Can we do this song together? This way, it's not getting away with it. This way, T-Pain get paid and he get paid. Instead of me suing you, I'll do it with you and we both get bread. I mean, that's how I'm looking at it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, otherwise than that, T-Pain probably would have sued him. He probably, you know what I'm saying, it'd have been a wash for him doing it. It'd been a waste of time.
So what's your opinion on a lot of artists using the same melody and getting sued by it?
I don't see that I don't know, because everybody, you know.
I was so bothered about it.
When we came up, man, artists, that's what, you know, when it first started, that's what everybody did. Everybody had somewhat the same flow. You know what I'm saying? Either the music was meat that made a difference, the beat made the difference. You know what I'm saying? But it's the same. You know, it was the flow was the flow. You got Eminem got his own flow. You know what I'm saying? You got the Migos, they got their own thing. You know what I'm saying? You got other guys want to sound like, you know, throw their little two-scoot in there too. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, they figuring if it's gonna hit, it's gonna hit. I mean, like, you might as well get your they doing, you might as well get paid to do it and get paid for it too.
But don't you think that's called copying, like copy and paste?
That's copy and paste. I mean, that's why, you know, so that's why we that's why we work with our own. We got our own flow and our own sound. But musically wise, you know what I'm saying? It's you know, it's like, basically, like, for me, it's like practice. You know what I'm saying? We try to maintain our flow and make it bigger than what it is. Make the sound that we got original, you know what I'm saying, so it to be hot. Cause like this chick from Florida called us about a movie she was doing, and she wanted my man to you know what I'm saying, fly out there and do a couple of songs for the movie. So I asked her, I said, what about the music or whatnot? There's producers out there, you know what I'm saying, that made these beats. She said, well, only one or two things gonna happen. Either we buy them from them, or we go in the studio and we change the beat. And I was like, that sounds cool. But then again, at the same time, you know, we never got that call back. You know what I'm saying? I was like, well, fly out and, you know what I'm saying, let's talk about it and see what's happening. But that, you know, that never happened. I mean, you make it, you got, you know what I'm saying, like, this music industry is funny and whatnot. You got cats, you know, oh, I can do this, I can do that. But, you know what I'm saying, if it's something we ain't gonna be able to generate no cash, so if we're gonna make you rich, I mean, we all trying to get rich. We all trying to get paid. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying, for me to put a whole lot of money in your pocket and nothing get me in mine. You know what I'm saying? You calling me for something that you want to do, but you just want to use our music, you know what I'm saying, to make something happen for you, instead of everybody trying to make something happen for everybody.
It don't work like that.
Don't work like that. That's why you got these cats that have their independent labels. Everything's dead.
Independent, that's the way to go.
You know what I'm
well,
saying?
not for everybody.
You know what I'm saying? This way you don't use nobody beats, you got your own beats. You know what I'm saying? Your lyrics is your lyrics. You know what I'm saying? Your writing is your writing. Everything is yours. All you need is a lawyer or whatnot, you know, to back you up.
So, you know, today we had a tragic death.
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant.
His daughter.
That part, I seen the video.
In the middle of
too much. I just
middle
seen
of the game,
when the helicopter.
halftime.
I don't want to mimic it, but I seen when the helicopter was in the air. Oh man, I don't know. It just shook me a little bit.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Big up to Kobe and his family, man. You know what I'm saying? And everybody that played with him in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Kobe was the man.
People
you know
used
what
to
I'm
say I
saying?
look like Kobe.
Everybody, you know what I'm saying? When Kobe first started and whatnot, man, his first year,
R.I.P. to Kobe.
he couldn't get the championship. Kobe went strong. In the second year, he got a championship and kept going. Kobe was the man. That's all I know. You know what I'm saying? He was the man. He was the LA Lakers. That's what you know what I'm saying. That's how I feel about Kobe. Kobe was the LA Lakers along with Shaq. But he was the LA Lakers. 20 years with the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? He got a lot of history. And this tragic thing that happened and whatnot, it wasn't just him. It was him and his daughter. You know, that's sad. You know what I'm saying? He was only 41 years old. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He's not playing basketball no more. I still think he was just in prime in his life. You know what I'm saying? As far as living. At that age, you know, he passed away at.
So as an artist, how do you put death into your music?
Man, I guess you could say, if anything and whatnot,
you gotta be honest with it. If you're gonna talk about it, you gotta be honest with it.
I mean, you know,
there's a lot of songs I wrote, like, where I talk about, like, people that I just used to see, like, down the block, or people I know, a family friend. There's a few songs where I've talked about people passing away, like a close friend of me and my brother, like my cousin, like, I don't know. It's hard. If you're gonna talk about it, I feel like you gotta be honest. Like, that's something hard. And then when you hear it, like, if you one of them rappers who, like, was a storyteller, and you talking about your life and stuff, and when you hear yourself, you know what I'm saying, put shit into a song that's probably on your mind every day that you wouldn't normally talk about, that shit is hard.
But do you think that makes your music even stronger when you put?
It's gonna make it stronger. Is it gonna?
It depends on. I guess
it'll ease the pain, but it won't. You know, it won't change. But it brings you some comfort. Like for me, certain songs that I like, my deep songs, not the the party ones and stuff. The deep ones, when I hear them shits, like just the things I be talking about, my son, graduating, pops passing away, all that stuff. When I hear myself rap that stuff, like, I don't know, it just put me in a deep thought. When he listened to it, my mom listened to it, like, he tell me all the time I listen to your song. He listen to it, whether it's talking about, bitches, money or whatever. But the deep songs, like, when he be breaking them shit down, like, I don't know, it just makes me feel good. Them songs is different from the other ones. Like, them songs, like, you could tell them shits is real. Like, they come from my heart.
I think it's it's not easy. It's hard because death is nothing that too much to talk. You talk about their lives. In a death situation, you talk about people's lives, or you can sing about their lives. It's not easy or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? It's a feeling that you just got to overcome at the same time. I mean, you shouldn't be, with the Lord and one, you shouldn't be afraid of death. But then again, when it comes, it's a different story, different situation. You got people out there that that passed away and whatnot, and that their death, is sad. You know what I'm saying? It's you're not going to see him anymore. You know what I'm saying? So in a song or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? When you relate to their situation, they death and whatnot in the song or whatnot, there's some type of feelings behind it. You know what I'm saying? You just have to be aware of how you singing the song, how you explaining the death and the people that died in situations.
So with you, Zeek, how do you put being a father and music, how do you separate that?
That's another tough question. How do I separate it?
That's your question. I can't help you with that.
Like, being a dad, just these past, I'm gonna say 4 months, because it's 5 months now. Like, these past 4 months alone, like, I witnessed a lot, like changing Pampers, like, I'ma just, like, yeah, just all of it, like changing Pampers, playing with them, going to the doctor with them, like, it's stuff, the people who really let the whole being a parent thing sink in on them, the ones who, really commit, like, not committed, but like really, yeah, let it sink on them. Like, you start to realize that's the same shit your parents, when you know what I'm saying, if you were like a intellectual thinker or whatever, it's the same shit your parents did with you. So you basically like doing it, not raising the same way, you going through the same things your parent went through. Like, standing there, watching them come out, I didn't move, none of that. Like, I don't know, I didn't find it nasty. Like, it was just, I don't know, I'm a visual person, so I like learning different things. So, I wasn't watching every second, but I'm saying, like, just watching it was just like, damn, like,
a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, like, these last couple months, like, I'm not saying, it feels easy now, but I feel like once he get to, like, 1, you know, his, how you say, his ages, like 1 and on, it'll start like hitting me more. Like he gonna be walking and talking. So right now it feels, you know, it feels steady but easy right now. It's hard balancing it.
Shout out to IDD Productions, you know
Shout
what I'm
out
saying?
IDDC Studios. Shout out my boy King Dub for the release party he just had. Shout out to Quality, the 2K20 show was fire. Good Time Charlie's, I think we shouted him out the last interviews.
Shout out to y'all, man.
Coast to Coast.
Your studio, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to
Royalyfe
Taz,
Production,
Royalyfe
Talkcast
Production.
Studio.
Yeah,
You know,
Talkcast
Blueprint
Studio.
Records.
Yeah.
You know, that's why we ask you guys to come to the studio so you can be a part of the family. That's how we do
Oh,
it.
we gotta get over there.
So
Yeah,
that's how we make it. When I talk to Fanatic about an artist that I interview, I tell them we're gonna bring them to the studio.
He's
and
seen a lot of
connect.
my shows. That's why, you know, just out of the gratitude, I gotta go to him.
and shout out to, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the artists. You know what I'm saying? It's grinding. Like I said before, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the artists grinding, trying to make their way in this thing, you know what I'm saying?
My
And,
boy Shake got his video out right now.
you know what I'm saying? And
My boy Trip got his video out.
hope, you know, a lot of, you know, hope, you know, they're successful at it, you know what I'm saying? And get to that point where they need to be.
Keep grinding.
You know, shout out to Quality, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Quality.
And you know, 867 Entertainment.
Shout out to Nino, man. He shot the video
Yeah,
for the
shout out to Nino.
for the 2K20 show. That shit was fire. We had to tweak it a little bit, but it came out cool.
Why'd you tweak it?
I got a little beside myself with the show. You know, it was a lot going on that day, family issues and stuff.
So what do you mean you got beside yourself?
Like, I had to skip 2 songs. I just wasn't feeling my 2 songs. I don't know. I never did that before. Like I skipped. Like what I mean by that, like
Yeah, your good days
I was
and your
supposed
bad
to
days.
for 4 songs. I skipped the middle 2 and did the first and last one.
Why'd you do that?
Good days and
I
bad
don't-
days.
Yeah.
Yeah, your
Like,
good
I
days and
never
your
fuck
bad
about
days.
Days
That's what we
with-
can say.
I had a lot of my mind. like,
Yeah.
like it was, yeah. Some stuff had to get cut out.
It wasn't supposed to happen, but you know what I'm saying? We
When it
just-
originally dropped, you know, I'm glad, you know, he didn't share it as much. Not saying it really would have bothered me, you know, because he edited it. But you know, he sent me 2 copies. The one that dropped on YouTube, and he kept that one. He didn't drop the one I edited of that. So I had to, you know, take that part out. I had to clean it up. That's why I like Nino. He didn't text me back, you know, because most people were like, oh, why you cut it out? You know what I'm saying? That's why I like Nino. Camera dudes, like, you know, him, there's a lot of camera dudes, they wouldn't feel bothered by that shit. You know, I told him, like, I had to tweak it out. He was like, oh, cool. As long as he still shot it, like,